Hi, welcome to Castle Point Veterans Administration weekly Tai Chi class. My name is Dave, and for the next half an hour or so, we'll be going through the Tai Chi Easy program. So each week, excuse me, adding a little bit on until we learn what's called the Tai Chi 5 form in the standing position, and then we'll do we'll learn it again in the walking. So I hope you can enjoy this time, and if you have any questions, please reach out to Adam Zanansky, and he can give you contact information for me if you have any questions about the Tai Chi in general. Okay, so let's start with some warm-ups. So this is how we do the warm-ups. Start by just shifting your weight, turn your waist gently. Shift the weight, turn the waist gently. Now let the arms go free, more and more free, until they actually swing and tap your body. Okay, this is a type of massage. It really uses Tai Chi principles, though, of shifting the weight and turning the waist, which I will be talking a lot about as we go through it. So it feels good to gently tap the body. It's might seem like a little bit of an odd practice, but it's a type of time-honored massage. And massaging is, of course, one of the oldest legitimate, healing and medical practices in all the cultures of the world. So it's good. And what happens when we're massaging is that we're creating flow and movement inside, blood and fluids. And this, of course, is very healthy for us. Right? We want to eliminate any kind of stagnancy or stuckness within the body, or the mind for that matter. And these practices address both types of stuckness. Okay, so this is called the swings. Right, and it's just getting the body warmed up. Next thing we're going to do is like skiing motion. So you want to swing your arms vigorously, come up on your toes, rock onto your heels. Vigorous movement. This will get your body warmed up. You'll feel actual warmth pretty quickly. It's kind of very aerobic, really, when you think about it, because you're moving your whole body. Up on the toes, swing down, just kind of like cross-country skiing. So we're getting the body, some heat into the body before we do Tai Chi. A couple more. Go a little faster if you can. Really get the speed going. Of course, remembering to take nice deep breaths. Okay, good. Now we will work on loosening up the major joints of the body. You can see I'm rotating my neck. I want to be careful as I do that. Why? Well, we all spend a lot of time with the screens, various screens, holding our head in a fixed position. And guess what? No surprise, we get, stiff. So you want to roll the neck, which of course opens up the muscles in the shoulder that go into the neck as well. And then let's reverse the direction. Excuse me. Okay, a couple more. All right, good. Now, next one we're going to do is like a swimming motion. And so I'm doing like the regular crawl or doggy paddle, whatever you want to do. But you know what you do when you do this is let your weight shift and let your waist turn. You got to turn your waist so that your arm can rotate around. Right? This is, again, as you'll see, it's very much a Tai Chi thing. right? And we'll be going through that. So right now, though, we're focusing on getting the shoulders loosened up. And we're also loosening up the hips a little bit. That's good. Swimming. Okay. Let's do some backstroking there. Same thing. Turn that waist to help rotate your shoulder. You know, I'm always thinking about this and sharing this in Tai Chi, is that the body is completely interconnected. We always are learning more about those interconnections and how the body works. It's amazing how we can move. Such complexity and strength and grace, and yeah, look at all the sports and everything. It's just awesome. Okay. Now hips, rotate the hips around. Knees are loose, soft. That's it. Few more times. Yeah. And then rotate the other way. Okay. Feet together, hands on knees, and little circles with the knees in both directions. That's it. Gently get those knees warmed up. Very important, right? That all our joints are adequately warmed up before we start doing Tai Chi. Even though Tai Chi is very gentle, but it is exercise, right? So we want to make sure that we're warmed up. Okay, so now we're going to do a little breathing practice and also touch on a thing called three treasures, right? So everything that we do in Tai Chi, and Qigong is really centered and focused on the three treasures. Three treasures are how we hold ourselves in space, right? Our physical body. And then the second treasure is the breath and what we do with the breath. And the third is what we do with our consciousness, our awareness, our mind focus. So we make an adjustment when we're doing Tai Chi and Qigong to a purposeful adjustment to create a change inside. And that change is creating internal health and medicine. I mean, it's turning on our ability to self-heal, self-regulate, and just be healthy. All right, so let's go through. We start with the alignment. Head top is, feel like the top of your head is suspending up, lengthening up, like it's almost like floating up. Then put a little tiny space under your arms so that your arms hang. And now come down to, you find your tailbone, and you want to do this adjustment at the same time. So soften your knees. Here's locked, here's softened, the knees are softened, and you feel like you're sitting down when your tailbone tucks underneath a little bit. Now the spine is as long and open as it can be, and that's a good thing. Move it, so keep the knees soft. All right, we don't want tension in any of the major joints. Ankles are soft, and now the feet, just find your balance point, root into the ground. All right, the next thing we do is the breathing. So let your breathing drop. You know, normally we tend to breathe in the upper chest. You want to drop the breathing down to here. So when you breathe with your diaphragm, you'll find that as you breathe in, your belly expands, and then as you exhale, it contracts. So that's what we want to do. We want to let the breath drop from here down. Just relax your breathing, let it go deeper. And then the third is the mind, the awareness. And we just let go of the complexity of the day and just be present to what's happening within you, present to all the sensations and feelings in the body and in the mind too. And what we do is we don't grasp onto any, we just notice them and allow them to pass. Okay, so that's the three treasures. Doing that is a practice all in itself and very empowering and healing. So now let's do a little breathing. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in and have this gesture with the arms, gather the breath in, and then exhale down, and imagine that we're cleansing and washing, purifying everything inside with that breath and with that exhale. Taking in pure, fresh, and vital breath, and exhaling, letting it wash down and wash away any impurities, right down to the marrow. All right, this practice comes from another practice called marrow washing Qigong. And the marrow, right, the marrow is a blood and immune cell factory, right? That's where those stuff is created, right? Which is it's so important for our health and well-being, right? The strength of our blood cells, the health of our blood, health of our immune cells to protect our health. All right, so we can breathe in, gather the breath in, and now washing all the blood in the body. And now breathing in and washing, cleansing all the major organs of the body. And this time, let's do all the nerves, whole nervous system and network through the entire body, purifying, soothing. Let's do one more on the nerves. Breathing in and just soothing and calming the nerves. And coming back to center. Good. Okay, now we'll do some Tai Chi, and we're going to start with one of the important principles. Of course, we just went through three treasures, so we were always referring back to that. We're always doing three treasures, aligning the body, letting our breathing be slow and deep and relaxed, and being present to what's happening inside. And we create a major physiological change when we do that, and that change is restorative and healing. Now, in Tai Chi, we have some other principles we follow. Let's go through one really key one. It's called separating yin and yang, the two opposite forces, right? And everything in life, you understand that you can see one side or the other, the opposite, the pairs, light, dark. Well, I'll go on and on, but no need to do that. I'm sure you get it. But separate yin and yang is about, when you're doing Tai Chi, it's about changing the weight. So let's shift our weight over to you'll notice we have an orange cone, yellow cone. So the orange cone is, we're working in a mirror. So the orange cone is your left side, the yellow cone is your right side. So shift the weight to the orange side and release the yellow side leg. Coming up, weight in both legs. Shift the weight to the yellow side. Maintain your alignment, your Tai Chi pole that we were just going through, right, when we were doing the three treasures. And then back again, shift the weight to the orange side. And feel the difference between the weighted leg and the unweighted leg. Right? It should feel very different, because it is very different. Okay, so now there's a little more to it. We're going to turn the waist, right? I turn towards the yellow side, then I shift the weight. Now I turn towards the orange side and then shift the weight to the yellow side. Let your arms just go freely because they're connected to the torso, so you don't want to hold them back or anything like that. So we can see the arms are moving, but I'm not moving my arms. I'm turning my waist and shifting my weight. Okay. So I go through this in the beginning pretty much every time. Why? Because it's so important to doing Tai Chi, is being able to separate yin and yang. Feel the difference between the weighted leg now on the orange side and now it's changing the weight to the yellow side. Okay. All right, so let's go through the forms that we've done and some of the previous videos, there might be more detail on this, but I'm going to go through these a little bit quicker, but still want to review them. So the first one, shift your weight to the orange side. Orange side palm is on the top, yellow side palm is on the bottom. We can, kind of play this idea that we're holding an imaginary ball, a ball of energy. I call it the Tai Chi ball, right? You can imagine it's a sphere of the yin yang symbol. It's kind of a cool idea. So now I turn my waist, shift the weight, the bottom palm comes out, palm up, top palm drifts to the back palm down, right? So that's harmonized yin and yang. Let's do it again, circling back, harmonize yin and yang. And then circling back again, harmonize yin and yang. Okay, now turn your waist, the palms fold in. Now we're weights in the yellow side leg. Orange side palms on the bottom. Turn your waist, harmonize yin and yang. And turn the waist, harmonize yin and yang. Okay, now turn the waist, palms fold in. We got our Tai Chi ball. Now we're going to alternate, harmonize yin and yang. Form the Tai Chi, turn the waist, shift the weight, and there's the form. Right? And it may be that as you're doing the form, it looks a little different than mine. That's fine. Don't worry about that. Don't stress about that. Just go with the flow. Okay, turn the waist, form the Tai Chi, and then harmonize yin and yang. Now let's stop for a minute and just check a few things. So your hand that's out front, palm up, that hand should match with the leg that is weighted. And the back hand, which is palm down, should match with the unweighted leg. Let's turn, form the Tai Chi, and now do the form on the other side, and we'll see it's the same way. Palm up, matched with the weighted leg. Palm down, matched with the unweighted leg. And I'm facing forward. I'm facing directly to my monitor. Okay, let's do like one more coming back. All right, that is harmonize yin and yang. Now fold in, turn the Tai Chi over, right? That's called the transition. Now we're going to do the next form, drop the Tai Chi down. We're going to brush with the yellow hand, yellow palm, send with the orange palm, sending forward as I shift the weight. Notice that I am not extending my arm, which would be locking the joints and putting tension in. See, I'm keeping a bend in my elbow. The joints are always soft and never locked in Tai Chi. Okay, so weights in the yellow side leg. I just turn, form the Tai Chi again, let the Tai Chi float down. Now, as I shift the weight, I'm going to brush with the orange sidearm, and keeping my elbow down, I'm going to send with the yellow sidearm. Turn the waist, fold in, dropping down, brushing with the yellow sidearm, sending with the orange. Okay, so we've gone through this one again in previous sessions. All right, so I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time on this right now. And you might get some more out of looking at the older videos. But this is called brush, knee, send the chi. Okay. Okay, now let's just check the form for a minute. In brush, knee, send the chi, my weight is in the yellow side leg. Yellow side palm is down by the side, and the orange side palm is sending forward with the elbow unlocked. Weight is in the yellow side leg. Okay, now turn in, form the Tai Chi, and then brush and send coming back the other way. Just let's check it on the other side. Weight is in the orange side leg, sending with the opposite yellow side hand, and the orange side palm is facing down. Okay, next, what we're going to do is we're going to shift the weight to the yellow side. The orange side palm crosses outside. This is called embrace the tiger. Palms face you. Turn and open. Let the arms swing out. Drop the elbows. Now shift the weight. The back hand, the yellow side hand, is going to cut a path forward as the front hand drifts back to the body. Turn, open, drop the elbows. Now I shift to the yellow side. I'm going to cut the path with the orange side palm. Yellow side palm drifts back to the body. And do a couple more. This is called cutting a path to clarity. Turn, open, drop the elbows, shift the weight, and cut the path. Drop elbows, drop down, and cut the path. And I'm doing it like for emphasis. So when we do Tai Chi, right, we don't want to have any jerky movements, but I'm just wanting to make sure that I kind of emphasize the important points. We actually, when we do Tai Chi, like I'm doing now, we want to just flow back and forth. Or if we're walking, we would just flow through the form. All right, so I turn and open my arms, swing out, I drop my elbows down, and then I cut the path forward and cut the path forward. Okay, so that's the first three forms. Now I want to work on a little bit on transitions between those. So there's an opening, transition 1, and transition 2. The transitions are just, how do I get from one form to the next? That's all that is. That's all it is. So we start with our feet together. We're going to do an opening gesture. So I shift my weight to the yellow side. I now take a step to the side as my arms come up like I'm holding a large balloon, but I shift the weight. Yellow side palm comes to the bottom. Now I turn my waist and we're going to do harmonize yin and yang. 1, and then 2. And now I'm going to go to the next form. So the first thing I do is I fold the palms in, and here's the transition. Turning the Tai Chi over. Now let the Tai Chi drop, and we're going to do brush, knee, send, chi. And there's 2 weights now on the orange side leg. Now I'm going to do the next transition. And then next transition, I shift the weight to the yellow side. Cross arms. The orange side crosses outside the yellow. Embrace the tiger or cross hands. Now turn and open, drop elbows, and cut the path. And there we go. Weight is now on the yellow side leg. The orange side arm has cut the path. Okay, so that's the transitions. We'll go through it again really slow, doing only 2 of each form. So we start just aligning ourselves, finding that center, that Tai Chi pole, shift the weight and stepping out and continuing to shift the weight to the yellow side, holding the Tai Chi, turn the waist, harmonize yin and yang. Turn the waist, the arms fold in, and now shift the weight, harmonize again, turn, fold in. Now we got a transition. Drop the Tai Chi down, brush and send, and brush and send. Okay, now I'm going to do transition to cutting a path. Shift the weight to the yellow side. The orange side arm crosses outside. Embrace the tiger. Turn and open, dropping the elbows. Shift the weight, cut the path. Okay, so that's the first 3 forms there. And let's do it one time without too much. We'll go a little, we'll go about the same speed. All right, so now instead of opening to the orange side, we're going to open to the yellow side. So shift the weight to the orange side leg, stepping out, yellow side leg. Now shift to the yellow side leg, the orange side hum comes underneath, turn the waist, and harmonize yin and yang. Turn, and then the second one. Now we're going to do the transition. So first they fold in, then turning the Tai Chi over, let it drop down, and now shift the weight and into the orange side leg. Turn, form the Tai Chi, let it drop down, and then turn the waist, brush and send. Weight's in the yellow side. Now we're going to transition to the next form, cutting a path. Yellow palm crosses outside orange, turn and open, arm swing open, dropping the elbows. Shift the weight to the yellow side, cutting the path. And 2. Okay. And down. Now, when you're practicing at home or doing anything like this, the repetitions for this type of Tai Chi, you can do whatever you want, right? So we were just doing 2 of each there, but you could, typically you would do more, like, whatever number feels comfortable and right to you, right? You don't want to be doing too many, but whatever feels good, you do. All right, now we're going to go on to learn the next form, which is called cloud hands, kind of like the, it's like the logo of Tai Chi. Every Tai Chi system has cloud hands. So let's just touch on this one. So shift the weight to the orange side. We make the Tai Chi. Now turn your waist. The upper hand drops down as the lower one rises up. Palms face your body. Shift the weight like you're carrying a cloud across. Now turn. Upper hand goes down, lower comes up. And now shift the weight, carry the cloud. All right, so this is cloud hands. Very relaxing and kind of like the symbol of cloud of Tai Chi. So as you turn, the arms naturally change position. Carry the cloud, turn, and carry the cloud. Turn and carry. Just enjoying that flowing back and forth. And as you do the turning of the waist, it's important to check in with your feet that you're not rolling on your feet at all. You're keeping your foot anchored, rooted into the ground, right near the ball of your foot. Right, that's called the bubbling well. You want to keep your foot rooted in there. Don't let your foot roll as you turn your waist, right? And that will prevent you from having any issues with your knees or other joints. And you can only turn as much as you can turn, right? But the turning facilitates the shifting of the weight. All right, very good. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that today, and great to spend this time with you together. And I hope you have some time to practice, and we'll see you back here next week. Okay? So have a great week and be well. Thanks.